Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. Technically it's not a movie review. It's I'm going to do a review on a reality show, and the show. Even though I don't have a video of it, so I'm just going to go, string it. And the review is for the reality show called Murder in Small Town X, which aired on the Fox network in the summer of 2001, just before the September 11th attack. And the reason why I enjoyed this show, because it was at the height of when every other network was coming out with a reality show. Because the year before, in the summer 2000, that's when CBS came out with Survivor, and that was so successful, and that show got such huge ratings that other networks were trying to do the same thing. And what Fox did in the next summer, which was 2001. They thought they were going to have a big deal with doing a murder reality game. That's one of those, when people go on, a murder mystery, either in a spooky house or on a boat, cruise, when trying to figure out murder, a fake murder, and they get some kind of prize money out of it. Well, that's what they did with Murder in Small Town X, and it was filmed in Upper Maine. They changed the name of the town. I forgot what the original name of the town was. I think it was maybe Bangor, Maine or something. But they switched it from the original name of the town to Sunrise, Maine for Murder in Small Town X. Because I think that because they were afraid the town got such huge publicity because of the reality show. And I'm afraid that, in case the show becomes a big hit like Survivor did the year before, they will have, some kind of huge deal and people will flock to this town. This is where the show was filmed. So they changed the name to Sunrise, Maine, and the premise was they would take about, 14 people as investigators to investigate the murder, and they had an actual police officer. I know his first name was Gary. I forgot what his last name was. And he showed them how to collect evidence, how to interrogate, possible suspects. And they were given a list of suspects in the start of the show. And they saw about 14 people, and each week, each show, kind of like Survivor, will have like 3 days to collect evidence, to interview suspects, and follow where the clues will lead, or the evidence will lead. And what they did was, every 3 days, the killer will drop off at the headquarters. 2 packages. One is a brown black bag and a red bag. And the one in the red bag contains a question of what the team of investigators gathered for the last 3 days. And if the team gets it right, they eliminate a suspect, and they have a list of townspeople, and they're all the townspeople, except for the investigators and Gary, who tells them where to go and advises the investigators. They tell them, hey, everybody else was a improv actor. So the killer gives them these 2 clues, and they eliminate one suspect if they answer a question right. The other bag contains two separate locations. The locations, how they determine who goes where is they do a vote, like on Survivor, and the the person who got the majority votes go out to location number one, and they will pick it pick which location we'll go to, and they pick a location. And the second person gets picked by what they call a lifeguard. Now, a lifeguard, don't get it confused with David Hasselhoff, okay? The lifeguard is the person who stays in the headquarters for the 3 days and coordinates with the police officer Gary and tell him where to go with the track and that type of thing, on the crew tracks. And the lifeguard picks the second person to go. And how you determine how the person gets eliminated is in the two locations. One location has the next clue, the solving who the killer is, and the other one location is a setup, and the killer goes and kills the other investigator. So that's how they eliminate, by killing the one of the investigators in the second or fake location. And that's how it went. And there was one person who was completely hated at first, and her name was Kristen, who was a blonde woman who at first nobody liked. And out of the first 7 episodes, actually, first 6 or 7 times, she was sent out on the killer, what was called the killer clue. I think like 5 out of the first 6. On the first 6 episodes, she was sent out like 5 times. The only other time that she didn't go out was when she was the lifeguard for 3 days. It was the only time when she didn't go on a killer clue. So it was seen from voting to go out. All the other times she went out like 5 times in a row. But unfortunately, by the time she went out like the 4th, 5th, or 6th times, the first 6 shows, it was getting ridiculous. They keep saying her out. And the guy who, I know I'm giving it away, but the guy who won got tired of her treatment, because his name was Angel, was a firefighter in New York City, and you could tell where I want to go with him. But in the meantime, he tried to resolve the situation between her and the biggest jerk on the show. His name was Jeff, who was a model, and he intentionally kept voting for her to go out on the killer clues tracks. And unfortunately, she kept, for the first 4 times, she kept coming back. And Jeff says, "Oh God, I can't believe she came back. I can't believe the killer didn't get her yet." And all that stuff. And other people started to react. Excuse me. Other people started to react, saying, "Hey, Jeff, enough's enough. Stop saying him out already." And then started saying him out on the track because of how he treated Kristen. And especially when there was one particular instance where she was interrogating a possible suspect. His name was William Lambert, and I know I'm giving it away, but Lambert did turn out to be the killer on the final episode. And while she was interrogating, she was with, I forgot which one she was with, but he was interrogating Lambert, and then she interrupts because she didn't like Lambert's answer. And Lambert says, "Shut up, don't talk to me until I'm talking to you. I'm not even talking to you, you should shut up." And so words to that effect. And Jeff loved that video because it was naturally the videotaping everything. And Jeff kept replaying that video when Lambert told Kristen off. And when the other investigators saw what Jeff was doing, they all got mad at Jeff because he was humiliating or embarrassing Kristen. And then everybody started to be more sympathetic towards Kristen because of how Jeff was treating her. Because Jeff was being a jerk and everything else. So when Kristen finally got killed, but naturally all the investigators were not killed. So they're all alive and well, and everything else. So they were not killed. But they were fake kills. And Jeff was excited. Said, hey, Kristen got killed. But at that point, I felt, as a viewer, I was sympathetic towards Kristen after a while. And the last two episodes, but they aired back to back on, I think it was like September 3rd, I think it was, or the 4th. I think it was September 4th, and the next Tuesday was September 11th. That's how, where this is going, because the last contestant was Angel, was a firefighter in New York City who won the thing. And he was killed at the World Trade Center, or at least the building adjacent to the World Trade Center. He was there, and when the debris fell on him, he was killed when debris from the Trade Center when the Trade Center was collapsing hit him, and he was killed. And it was exactly 1 week later, and the producers of the show donated the $250,000, which was the prize total, to the firefighter fund, or whatever fund, 9/11 fund, whatever funds that were established after 9/11, the Widows and Orphans Fund, whatever charity it was. They donated the same exact prize money the Angel won, which was $250,000. Anyway, on the next to last episode, which they aired back-to-back nights, Angel got into a huge fight with Jeff, because the last girl that went out, her name was Katie, she goes out to one location, and she was the last girl standing, and you had Jeff go to the other location, to his fish cannery or something, and she gets killed, and Jeff came back, and Angel wanted Jeff to be killed, and he said to Gary, when the police officer Gary was there, and he said, why? Because look how he treated Kristen. He mistreats her, and after a while, we all were willing to resolve the situation, in-house, and try to end the baloney. And Jeff wasn't willing to bend a little bit, and even Angel admitted that he didn't like Kristen at first, but after he worked with her for so long on this investigation, he had a change of heart, and which was a good thing, and that's what happened. But Jeff wasn't willing to do that, and when Jeff came back from the killer crew, Angel was annoyed. He said, "Oh damn, my little girl's gone," and Jeff went nuts on him. I said, "You were hoping I died," which is pretty sad. And he says, "Well, that's because of how you are as a person. That all you do is pose for pictures for a living, and I save people for a living. So who is the better? If I can say who's the better person?" And then Jeff started threatening Angel, and that's where they cut off this, the last episode. And in the 8th episode, Jeff does get killed off, and it happened to be Angel, and I forgot who the other guy was, who was last two investigators standing. And Angel went to, both had them picking the same guy as who they think the killer is, and so only one or the other could go. And Jeff, of course, before he went out on the killer crew, picked who he wanted to go through the first suspect in case if both guys picked the same guy. And then, of course, he wasn't going to pick Angel, but Angel, because he didn't do that, Angel happened to win the game. But unfortunately, exactly 1 week after the last episode aired, he was killed in the World Trade Center on 9/11, which is a sad thing, because he couldn't really enjoy the publicity of winning the very first Murder Small Town X game, and which is kind of like puts a damper on more than Small Town X because of that. But I still consider it, other than Survivor, all the reality shows that I've seen, I haven't seen every single one because most of them are on cable, and I can't see it. But the ones that are on regular television, that has been my second favorite one behind Survivor, and unfortunately only lasted 1 year. And I think it was renamed The Killer's Game, and it was on cable somewhere. I'm not sure. If any of you are sure, please write, comment down below, or like the video, or subscribe to my video page for this review of Murder in Small Town X. And I knew that someone posted videos on YouTube, but unfortunately, it wasn't because of the copyright rules, it was something else, some other reason that he took the videos down. It's a shame, and if anybody has those videos to put on YouTube, put it on again, because I think this show was terrific compared to other reality shows like Kind of Boo Boo or other reality shows which was awful. Like American Idol, I think it stinks. And the X Factor is just another rip-off of American Idol. And all these other reality shows, I think they're awful. I mean, other than Survivor, which other ones are really good today? Which is not that many, because it's oversaturated of the reality shows. Well, thank you for watching the video. See you next time.